My child, I need to tell you something important today. Yes, something related to your life. But first, you need to stop overthinking. You've been turning thoughts around in your mind like waves crashing against the same shore. You've been trying to solve puzzles that don't yet have all their pieces, imagining outcomes I've not written, and fearing shadows that haven't formed. You've been speaking to yourself with uncertainty when I am the one who made your voice. Be still for a moment. Quiet your soul. I am not in the storm of your thoughts. I am in the calm beyond them. You are not forgotten, not even for a breath. I saw you before your first cry. I knew you before the foundations of the earth were laid. I have written every day of your life in my book, not in ink that fades, but in the living truth of my will. Nothing about your existence is random. You are not a passing moment in the tide of time. You are mine, deliberately and eternally. You've questioned why things are taking so long, why prayers feel like whispers cast into a void. But I assure you, not a single word you've spoken to me has been lost. I hold every tear, every hope, every silent ache. I see the way you're trying to carry burdens too heavy for your hands. You think you must figure it all out, fix it all, hold it all together. But you were never meant to. You were never designed to be your own savior. That is my place. When you feel like you're drowning under the weight of everything you don't understand, remember that I walk on the waters you fear. I'm not pacing in heaven, anxious about your future. I hold it. There is a reason I keep whispering, trust me, not because I need reassurance, but because you do. Not because I doubt what I'm doing, but because you're learning to see that I never make mistakes. The things that feel like detours to you are directions to me. The waiting is not wasted. It's a place where I am working in the unseen, refining what is eternal, not just what is visible. I don't rush masterpieces, and you, my child, are one of them. Do you remember the days when you used to smile more easily, before the world grew louder than my voice? I remember. I was there, and I still am. I'm not just the God of your breakthrough. I'm the God who holds your every ordinary moment. I'm not only with you when you're strong, I sit beside you in your weakness, in your doubt, in your exhaustion. I'm not disappointed in your fragility. I'm drawn to it, because it allows me to be strong for you. I know you sometimes feel like you're falling behind, like everyone else is moving forward while you're stuck. But I don't measure your life by comparison. I measure it by purpose. And purpose doesn't run late. It unfolds like morning light, quiet, sure, and unstoppable. Stop watching the clock. Start watching me. I am doing something in you that's bigger than a moment, greater than a single season. I am shaping eternity through your obedience, even when you don't see it yet. You don't need to strive to be loved. You don't need to perform to be accepted. I loved you at your lowest, and I won't stop now. Nothing you've done has canceled the plans I have for you. I knew your failures before you lived them. I still called you. I still anointed you. You are not too broken, too late, too small, too weak. You are exactly where I want to speak to you, and I can use even the scars you hide as the canvas of my glory. When you doubt your worth, remember who gave you breath. I did. Not to simply exist, but to walk with me. I didn't create you for survival. I created you for communion. You've asked, what is my purpose? It is first to know me, to let me love you, to let me fill the empty places the world cannot reach. Your calling will flow from that place. You are not what you do. You are who you are in me. And in me you are whole, even when you feel undone. There is nothing too messy for me, nothing too dark, nothing too complicated. You think if people saw the whole of you, they might walk away. But I already see everything, and I stay. I remain. My love is not fragile. My commitment is not circumstantial. I do not grow tired of your prayers, even the repeated ones. I am not keeping score. I am keeping you. You worry about how things will turn out, but have you forgotten who holds the ending? I'm not just telling a good story. I am the author of good itself. I am not reacting to your life like a reader surprised by a plot twist. I have already woven redemption into every thread. What the enemy meant for harm, I will use for glory. What you thought was the end, I can use as a beginning. You may not understand why I allowed certain things. I know your heart still trembles from some of them. But even in the most painful pages of your story, I was not absent. I was collecting your tears, holding you when you didn't feel held, preparing a resurrection on the other side of what felt like ruin. My grace grows deepest in the places you thought were buried. My power works best in the impossible. You are not walking alone, even when it feels like silence. I don't always answer the way you expect, but I always answer. Sometimes I answer with peace that defies logic. Sometimes I answer through people I send. Sometimes I answer through delay that protects you, or through closed doors that lead you to better ones. My answers are not always loud, but they are always loving. You keep asking, when? But I ask you, will you trust me? Will you believe that I am good even when the timeline doesn't make sense? Will you rest in my character, not just my promises? I'm not withholding good from you, I'm preparing you for it. I'm aligning the right people, the right places, the right timing, not just so you'll succeed, but so you'll be sustained. I want you to let go of the timeline you've drawn. Let go of the fear that if you don't act fast enough, you'll miss what I have for you. Nothing can stop what I ordain, not other people, not circumstances, not your own mistakes. I am the God who opens doors no one can shut, and I am also the God who shuts doors for your protection. My child, listen closely now. There is something you must understand, something that I have longed for you to receive, not just with your mind, but with your heart and spirit. I want to speak to that quiet place inside you, that place where fears have tried to take root, where thoughts spiral and wear you down. It is here in this stillness that I call to you, and I am calling because I want to free you from something that was never meant for you. Overthinking is a weight, and it was never part of the yoke I asked you to carry. You were not designed to live in the prison of your own conclusions. I created you for freedom, for joy, for rest, for trust. But overthinking is like building your own cage out of invisible fears and what-ifs, out of stories that haven't happened and might never happen. It exhausts your spirit because it removes you from my presence and anchors you in uncertainty. It tricks you into believing that your safety lies in control, when in truth, your safety lies in me. You try so hard to figure out what comes next. You replay conversations, rehearse outcomes, construct endless scenarios in your mind, all in an effort to protect yourself. But beloved, I am your protection. I am not just a witness to your life, I am its author. And I do not abandon my own story. I am not surprised by the things that make you anxious. I saw them long before they came. I have already accounted for every detail, every decision, every delay. You worry because you do not see what I see. But I do not ask you to see. I ask you to trust. There is peace in letting go of what you were never meant to carry. The burden of knowing everything, of planning every outcome, of managing every possibility, that was never yours. It has always been mine, and I do not struggle under its weight. I see how you chase certainty, thinking that if you could just get all the answers, you could rest. But certainty is not where peace lives. Peace lives in trust. Even if I gave you all the answers right now, your mind would create new questions tomorrow. That is not a flaw, it is a part of your humanity. But I did not leave you with only your mind to guide you. I gave you my spirit, I gave you myself, and I whisper daily, lean not on your own understanding. There is a reason I say that. Your understanding is limited. It is shaped by your past, by your fears, by what you can see and touch. But I see beyond time. I see the entire arc of your journey, not just the chapter you're in. What feels like confusion to you is clarity to me. What feels like delay to you is timing to me. What feels like silence is often the setting of a stage where my glory will unfold in ways you could not imagine. You ask me, why can't I just know what's coming? But if I showed you everything ahead of time, you would not walk in faith. You would walk by sight, and in doing so, you would miss the miracle of intimacy with me. You would trade relationship for information. And I did not call you to a formula. I called you to my heart. I desire for you to know me, not just my plans. You've been trying to predict the future as if it were your responsibility. But I never commanded that. I commanded trust. Do you not see how much peace you lose when you try to sit on my throne? That seat is holy, and it is not yours to bear. Let me be God. Let me lead you as a shepherd, not just inform you as a consultant. I am not a distant force. I am your Father, and I care about every step you take. There is a sweetness in surrender that overthinking will never give you. There is a quiet confidence that comes from knowing you are being held, even when you do not know where the path leads. And I am holding you. Every hour, every moment, even in the chaos, even in the waiting, especially in the uncertainty. My hands have never let you go. You must understand, overthinking is not a reflection of your intelligence. It is a sign that you are trying to guard yourself from pain. I see the wounds behind the worry. I know what happened the last time you trusted and were hurt. I know why it's hard, but I am not that person. I am not that situation. I am not unstable. I am not temporary. I am not indifferent. I do not abandon, betray, or fail. I do not change like the shifting shadows. My love is constant. My purpose is firm, and my plans are higher than anything you could reason your way into. When you overthink, you rob yourself of the present. You miss the beauty of the now, the sunrise I painted for you, the voice of a friend, the gentle nudge of my spirit. You are so caught up in tomorrow that you forget I am with you today. But today is sacred. Today is where faith lives. Today is where I am moving, even if you do not see it. Trusting me doesn't mean you'll always feel certain. It means you choose to believe even when the fog doesn't lift. It means you anchor your heart in my character, not in circumstances. It means you rest in the knowledge that I am good, even when the road is not smooth. I did not promise you an easy journey, but I promised you my presence. My plans for you are not random. They are intentional, full of grace and truth. I am not weaving chaos. I am crafting redemption. There are things you have prayed for, longed for, cried for, and I have heard every one. I am not denying you. I am building strength in you that can carry the blessings when they come. I am forming roots so your joy will not wither in the heat of trial. I am preparing others too, aligning hearts, opening doors, healing wounds. My work is not always visible, but it is never absent. There are parts of your story that had to unfold the way they did, not because I wanted to see you hurt, but because I knew what would come after. I knew what I would grow in you through it. I knew what I would heal, what I would restore. There are no wasted chapters when I am the author. Even pain becomes a part of beauty when placed in my hands. You must stop trying to be your own provider, your own guide, your own protector. That is not the burden I gave you. I ask you to walk closely with me, and I will handle what is beyond your reach. I am the one who parts seas, who makes a way through the wilderness, who brings water from rock, who calls dead things to life. Nothing is too hard for me. So what do I ask of you? I ask for your trust. Not because I need it, but because you do. I ask you to let go of the need to know everything before you move. I ask you to stop putting your faith in understanding and start placing it in me. Because when you trust me, your soul can finally breathe. You can finally rest. Let your heart learn to be quiet in my presence. Let my peace become your home. The world will shout, demand, distract, but I whisper. And my whisper carries more power than 1,000 fears. Do not be afraid to step into the unknown when I lead you. You are never alone in the dark. I am the light, and the path I set before you is one of purpose. Even when it is narrow, you ask, but what if I make the wrong choice? My child, do you not know that I am bigger than your choices? If your heart seeks me, I will guide you, even through your missteps. I do not abandon those who look for me. I do not disown my children when they are confused. I lead gently. I correct in love. I do not punish you for being human. I walk with you through it. You are not walking a tightrope of perfection. You are walking a road of grace. And if I need to redirect you, I will. If I need to close a door, I will. Not out of anger, but out of mercy. Because I see what's ahead, and I want what is best for you. You do not have to fear missing my plan. Just stay close to me. Keep your heart open. Keep your ears tuned to my voice. I will lead you. I will not let you wander too far. I did not place you in this life to be ruled by anxiety. I placed you here to know me, and when you truly know me, trust becomes natural. Fear begins to fade. You realize that I am not distant. I am the God who sees, the God who hears, the God who stays, and the God who never fails. When you start to overthink again, and yes, it will happen, pause, breathe. Come to me. I am not disappointed in your struggle. I am patient. I will keep reminding you, you are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not without a shepherd. My spirit will whisper to your soul again and again, trust, rest, be still. Let me be your certainty in uncertainty. Let me be your calm in the storm. Let me be the voice that is louder than your fear. I am not asking you to stop thinking. I am asking you to think with me, to process life in my presence, to surrender your questions, not suppress them. I made your mind and I love your desire to understand, but understanding will never replace me. Let me be enough even when the answers are not. You are safe with me. No outcome, no delay, no unanswered prayer will ever separate you from my love. I do not withhold good from my children. I do not tease with hope. I do not forget the promises I made. Every word I have spoken over you will come to pass, in my time, in my way. And when it does, you will see that the waiting, the wondering, the wrestling, it all had a purpose. So take a deep breath, my child. Let go of the pressure to solve it all. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are exactly where I can reach you, exactly where I can speak to you, and you are surrounded by grace. Even now, as you read these words, I am near. I am working. I am healing things you cannot yet see. I am aligning circumstances, softening hearts, opening paths, strengthening your soul. I am setting things in motion that will bless you in ways beyond your prayers. Trust me. Even in the silence, especially in the silence. I know what I am doing with your life. I do not make mistakes. I do not abandon what I begin. And I began a good work in you. I will carry it to completion. What I start, I finish. What I promise, I fulfill. What I plan, I perfect. So let my peace guard your heart and your mind. Let it push out every lie that says you're not enough, not safe, not seen. Let it remind you who I am, your God, your Father, your Creator, your Savior, your friend. I love you. Not for what you do, not for what you know, but because you are mine. Always mine. No fear, no doubt. No overthinking can separate you from that truth. Now walk with me, not with fear, not with frantic thought, but with trust. One step at a time, one moment at a time. I've got you, and I always will.